Hello, welcome to Yoga Vinyasa Flow. Today we're going to focus on twisting, a little detoxing. I worked up a sweat when I practiced this earlier. If you want to work up a sweat, that's great. You can always bring in a space heater. I know it's in the middle of summer at the time of this recording, but a space heater will also bring in heat if that's what you want. So get out of this what you need to get out of this. And this is also gets into this area, which is your third chakra, the Manipura. So I'm going to give you some third chakra affirmations for today. Now, coincidentally, I wore a yellow top. That was not my intention. I did not know what I was going to teach this morning specifically, but this goes right into third chakra. So right now, this is yellow is third chakra color. So if you want to envision that, let that be your intention. You can have that as well. But let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start here with my feet and legs about hip width apart and parallel. So hip, knees, and toes are facing forward, and hips, knees, and toes are in that alignment. And look down. You have one foot forward of the other. Are you able to correct that? And I'm just going to kind of move side to side here, trying to find my center of gravity. And then maybe even a little bit of forward and back, which you can't see very well in the camera, but I'm moving forward and back. Good. And then I'm going to press into my big toe and pinky toe mound. So I'm only lifting the toes, but big toe and pinky toe mounds and heels are grounded. Now, feel that lift of the arch. Good. And again, could you move forward a little bit and back, maybe a little bit side to side? Notice how that might change your gravity a little bit for you. Good. And then putting the toes down, if you want to maybe take this into some circles. And if you're taking it in the circles, notice how your midsection fires up here to start to support you in the balance. Your abs, your core, help you balance. One of the three pieces, the brain being the other. And based on where you're balancing, if you're balancing on the arms, that might be the shoulders. If you're balancing on the legs, that might be the hips. Good. Let's take this here. Take a big inhale and reach. Looking up there, reach so tall that you feel the sides of the body elongate. Turning palms away, grow taller from crown to heel. And we'll come all the way up again and reach. And turning palms away and coming down. Let's get into a little bit of movement. So big inhale and reach. Exhale, bend those knees. How deep you bend depends on your own body. And coming up, good. Press through the heels and the glutes when you come up here. Good. So I like to inhale on the left and exhale on the ground, or as I go towards the ground. Good. Now the next time you come up, we're going to take this up, reach, 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 get a nice side bend towards the left. So I'm not shifting my hips over. I want to stay long here and just keep that side bend in the torso. I want my shoulders and hips to also be in alignment. So if you're kind of moving forward here, your shoulders and hips are not in that alignment. Breathe and expand. Using your side obliques here, coming all the way up. Let's take the arms up, reach, 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 and we'll take that to the other side. Again, try not to shift the hips, just reach, and coming back to center and reach. So here we go again with those knee bends. Good. Now, you can keep this at a slower, more gentle pace. And as I do this too, I want to keep a long spine here. So I'm not kind of doing a little collapse. That's a different thing. We're keeping the spine long. And as you move, as long as you can maintain your good form, you can pick this up a little bit. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Hips, knees, and toes are tracking. Good. And come up and reach. Taking those arms forward. Try to keep the hips forward. Gaze is going to follow that left hand. We're going to open. And you won't go very far here. You're keeping the twist in the torso, so your hips aren't moving with you. So hips moving with you, hips stay forward. This does take practice. Incoming center and other side. Incoming center and big inhale and exhale, come down and lift and come down and lift and arms to the side. And let's find some rotation. Good. Palms up, hands to the shoulders, moving forward and back. So if you can, try to touch the elbows together when you come here, squeezing the shoulder blade when you come back. So you want your abs to help you from flopping around here. Okay. You can stay with this motion or take some circles. Good. In other direction. And we'll reach. From here, bend those knees, hands to the thighs. Good. Lengthen that spine. We're going to go into some cat-cow here. So inhale, maybe my chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back. Exhaling round into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come all the way back up. Good. Here we go again with those side bends. One more round. Big inhale. Exhale. Go at your pace. Watch hip, knees, and toes tracking. Spine is long. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale. Row taller. Let's move forward to the top of the mat. Good. You can start this one with feet hip width apart here. If you've got a back issue, that's where I recommend that you start. Or if you're newer, if you're not, you can zip up closer together or together. Reconnect with intention. Good. So we're in that third chakra. Good. This is also your self-worth chakra. So maybe your first affirmation can be, I am my authentic self. I am my authentic self. Repeat that to yourself. Big inhale and reach. Exhale. Bend those knees as you come down. Hands to block floor, shins or thighs. Inhale. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. I'm going to bend my knees. One more time. Inhale. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root into the heels, engage the glutes, long spine as you come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. Inhale and we reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Long legs or a bend in the knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step back to a plank. Knees can be grounded or lifted. You choose. We're protracted here. So I'm pushing that floor away. I'm going to take that chest a little bit more forward. I'm rooting a little bit deeper into the knuckles of the pointer and the thumb. Belly button is in. And then from here, we'll drop the knees. Turn your elbows forward. Try not to collapse to the shoulders. Elbows are going to come straight back. And we'll come down to the ground. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side. Elbows are in. And drop down. Rolling shoulders back. Belly button is in. We're going to do a cobra flow here with progression. So inhale, rolling shoulders back. You're pressing your hands and elbows into the mat. If this feels okay and there's no crunching in the spine, maybe you can come up higher. Good. So again, my elbows are in, my shoulders are down, my belly button is in. If that's okay, maybe you go a little bit higher. Shoulders are down, belly button is in. I'm not hanging or crunching anywhere. And those of you that have it and want to go there, lower a little bit. Maybe hands come a little bit closer to the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift up. Tops of the feet or the toes, find your upward facing dog. So again, my shoulders are down, my belly button is in, I'm not hanging in that low back. I'm not letting the hips just hang in space. They are supported. And then I'm going to lower that back down. Good. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to press back into a child pose here. Good. As you come back, knees can be together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. If your arms don't want to be long here, you can take your hands back by the ankles, letting them relax. Belly button is in nice and tight. And we're breathing and expanding through that ribcage. So reconnecting to that intention. Maybe that color yellow. I am my authentic self. What makes you your authentic self? When you're ready, we're going to come up here to all fours. We're going to take this into a thread the needle. Okay. So for thread the needle, hips are going to stay over the knees. Belly button is in. Spine stays long every time we twist. Right arm comes up. Exhale. Scoop that through. Good. Top of the head is down. My ear is not touching the mat. I'm using pressure into my left hand and shoulder to help me with this alignment. So I'll show you an example. This is what it looks like when you press the ear into the mat. You see how kind of that puts a kink in the neck here? You want to be nice and lifted. Long line. Pressing through that hand, coming back up. Good. And when you're ready, we'll take that right to the other side. Left arm comes up, scooping that through. Good. Long line from head to tail, using your right hand and shoulder to help you with that. Breathe and expand. I've also found that if you use your hand and shoulder to help you with this better alignment, the twist is deeper. If you're ready for a deeper twist. And then from here, we'll press through and coming back up. When you're ready, taking the hands a little bit more forward if you're taller. Otherwise, we're going to tuck the toes, shifting back, coming into a downward facing dog. So take a moment here to examine your first down dog here. So my hips and knees and toes are roughly in that alignment. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounts. My shoulders are back in their pockets, so I'm back to protraction. Good. My spine is long if I can get it there. My elbows are turning forward. My fingers are spread wide, rooting through knuckles and pinky, pointer, and thumb. My head and neck is free, so my ears are by my biceps. You can always have a bend in the knees here. And then you can choose to lift high on the toes and drop. You can bend and stretch. The deeper the bend, the harder you make it. You can walk your dog. Stillness is always an option. Belly button is in here. Stay with that breath. Good. I am my authentic self. Good. I work with ease and flow. I work with ease and flow. Find stillness if you took movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. You can always come to blocks or shins or thighs. Exhale, and we'll bow. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes. Long spine, bend the knees if you need to when you come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath. Mountain intention. Here you go. 2, sun salute, 8. Inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hand. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Once you found your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale and lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. I'm going to personally skip this one, but you take yours if you want it. And from down dog, whenever you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. We're going to do that again. We're going to add on to it this time. This will include a low lunge. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Now pause. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, long spine. So I'm going to take my block here under my face. We're going to go into a twist. You can also have the hand on the floor, but the block just makes it a little bit better for me. So my left hand is going to be on the block or to the floor. I've got that long spine. Remember, we're twisting from length, not from compression. Length, length, length. When you're ready, pressing that hand into the floor, I'm going to open towards the right. Inhale, exhale, take that down and fold. You can bend the knees at any time here if you need to. Inhale, lift and lengthen again halfway, long spine. Right hand comes under the face onto the block or to the floor. And I'm going to press away and open to the left. And taking that down and taking a fold. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen again halfway one more time. Exhale, and bow. Inhale. I'm going to step my right foot back. So I'm in my left up runner. Right knee's going to come down. Good. And then I'm going to set up. So I'm going to lengthen that spine again here because we're getting ready to take another twist. So long spine. You can bring both blocks in here to help you if you need it. Right hand, I'm going to use that today. Right hand's going to come to the block or to the floor. I've got that length. I'm going to open again to the left. And taking that down. Good. Left hand to the block or to the floor, finding your length. Opening to the right. And taking that back down. Good. From here, planting the hand, tucking the back toe, front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. From your downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, we'll bow. This time the left foot's going to step back, coming into right up runner. Left knee's going to ground. Good. So again, bring blocks in if needed. Find your length first because we're getting ready to twist again. Good. With or without your block, left hand on the floor on the inside of that foot, opening to the right. And coming down. Left hand on a block or the floor on the outside of the foot. I think I said left hand should be the right. Same hand as foot. And when you're ready, find your length. We'll open back to the left. And taking that back down. Good. I'm going to move my block back forward. Good. Planting the hand, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Taking that breath. Belly button is in. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, mountain, intention. So remember, I am my authentic self. I work with ease and flow. What about I am as bright as the sun? I am as bright as the sun. Let's flow different patterns. Inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. I'm just going to use these in here. They feel good. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, go back. From here, we're going to go back. We're going to step the right foot back. Good. Now, I'm going to cue this here and show it from a high crescent position. If high crescent is not where you're going to need to be today, you can do everything we're getting ready to do with a lowered knee, okay? So always take whatever modifications that your body needs you to take. But from here, good. So I'm in that left up runner. I'm going to lengthen. Whether you're grounded or lifted, you can still lengthen. And then I'm going to really try to engage and come up here. Good. Whether you're grounded or lifted, left hip comes back. Good. Now again, we're going to come to a twist. I'm going to reach forward. I'm going to take my hands to prayer. You can choose leaning forward, pressing through that back leg so we're nice and strong, elbows out, and take a prayer twist to the left, opening up that left shoulder. Or you can take a hand down here to the blocker floor and open up. Those of you that are a little bit more advanced and want something a little bit extra, warrior prep that back foot. Okay, you're warrior prepping the back foot. Everything else is the same. Front hip has to be back though. So then you can come forward. You can still have a hand down and open, or find your prayer twist here. So find the practice where you need it in this moment on the side. I gave you options. You don't have to do what I'm doing right now. Do what you need to do. That's part of being your authentic self. Being yourself, operating where you are, not operating or trying to operate where other people are. Good. Inhale. Exhale, take that down. Good. Hands are going to come down. If you're lifted, you can swivel up the back foot. If you took the rotation, front foot's going to step back. You choose, take or skip a flow. And find that nice balancing downward facing dog. Good. From your down dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knee. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Good. So now we're going to take that to the other side. Left leg is going to step back. So again, you can be grounded, you can be lifted, you can be rotated. So it'll be a warrior prep if you're going to rotate. Good. Actually, I'm going to stay out of my rotation for right now. I want to come up and come into a nice high crescent first. Good. Front hip comes back. Good. Now, if you're lifted and you're going to rotate, you can rotate that here. Good. Watch your hip placement. The front hip is still back. And then you choose, take your twist where you're going to take it. Are you going to come forward? Is the left hand going to come down as you open to the right? Are you going to take the prayer twist? Good. Opening to the right. Find yours. Breathe and in the prayer twist. Try not to do what I just caught myself doing, being lazy here. Be nice and open. Press into those hands. And when you're ready, good. We'll come out of the twist. Hands can come down. If you're grounded, lift up that knee. If you're twisted, we'll untwist. Planting the hands. Front foot steps back. You choose, take, or skip a flow. Good. And we'll take this back. Find your breath. Find your intention. Take a moment to come in with good down dog form. Are your elbows facing forward? Are your shoulders back? Head and neck free. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root engage under eyes, long spine. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming back to the breath. A nice mountain. Your intention. All right. Different pattern now. Big inhale and we're going to reach. Exhale and we're going to fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. From here, when you're ready, left leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that knee. And then we're going to open to the left. So I'm keeping my left shoulder grounded here. I'm pressing into the right. My head and neck are free. If you try to look forward here, that creates strain. So keep your gaze to your toes. Good. Now, some of you here are going to take your cheetah flow from center. Okay, so it'll look like that. Others are going to take this into a swing and a twist. Belly button's in real tight here. You got to have that control. So it'll come down and it'll come this way. And then we'll come back up. Okay, so we'll do that a few times and then step the foot through. So belly button is in. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Go through center or left knee to right wrist. And coming back and open. Left knee to the wrist. And come back and open. Left knee to the wrist. Come back and open. Move through center, round. Step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Warrior prepping that back foot. Good. Now, once you feel stable, you can always bring a block in here to help you. Good. We're going to rise. We're going to open warrior 2. Good. So, excuse me, front hip's going to come back. Good. Back hip's going to come, not the back hip. The shoulders are going to open. Be nice and strong. So warrior 2 is a twist. When done right. Belly button is in. Bent front knee or lengthened front leg. Take it back. Find your exalted. You can take a half bind. You can take a full bind. You can just be where you need to be. Strong in the legs. Strong in the front. Inhale. Exhale. Finding that warrior 2. Good. We're going to take this into extended side angle here. So really press through the back. Lengthen. Try not to change the angle of the knee as you lengthen. And we can come to no more. You can take a forearm here. You can take a block at any height here to the floor. More advanced people can come on the inside. Good. And then press it. I'm going to press my arm and leg into each other as I open. Good. So being nice and strong again. You can stay here. You can reach over nice and long. Those of you that can keep a long spine here, you can turn that palm behind you, start opening up, working on trying to get good form before you go to the bind. So it'll come under here. This is not a good place to do a bind. You want to be able to bind with the length. Because you're in a twist. Twist from length. And then from here, we'll release. Good. Taking that down, swiveling up the back foot. Front foot steps back. Good. We're going to find a plank here. And we're going to plank on the right side. So my back is going to be to you for a moment. So different options for different people. You can take the right knee down. You can kind of kickstand this out. Opening up here. Okay, that might be your side plank. This might be your side plank. This might be your side plank. A stack might be your side plank. You want to be brave and try to find a star here. Maybe try that. The trick to this one is hips and shoulders being even. And then when you're ready, taking that down. And the way that's best for you, based on where you went, find a down dog. You can take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward. Bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. We're going to do that whole series to the other side. I'm just going to bring my block over here. So your block will be on the outside of the right foot here if you need that. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale and we reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, long spine. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Then from here, good. We're gonna take that little opener and that theta to the other side. So let's take the right leg up, bending that knee, opening to the right, trying to keep right shoulder grounded. My gaze is to my left toe. And then you choose. You can do this through center, or you can do this as a twisty flow with me. So from here, inhale, exhale, take it through center or knee to the opposite wrist, coming back up and opening, and knee to the opposite wrist, and up and open, and knee to the opposite wrist, and up and open. And from here, stepping that foot through or picking it up and putting it there. You find it. We'll warrior prep that back foot. Find your stability, reach, and we'll set up for warrior two. So hip, knee, and toe track forward. Front hip is back. Good. And then I'm going to not move my hips as I open to the side and reach. And breathe. Strong feet, strong legs, strong muscles, strong bones. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of success. That success comes from being my authentic self. You can keep a bent knee or a long leg here. Let's go into exalted, reaching. If you did an arm bind or a wrap, find something similar here. And then coming back. Good. Inhale, exhale, going into extended side angle to really press and strengthen through the side. Lengthen, long spine, long spine, long spine. Forearm can come to the side. You can bring a block in here at any height. Outside if you're newer, inside if you're a little bit more advanced. Good. And then we'll open up. You can stay here. You can take the arm long overhead, choosing. Good. You can also turn that palm behind you. Do a little half bind here. Full binds in your practice, you can go there, but keep a long spine. If you come out of the long spine and try to contort yourself, you're not yet ready for that bind. When you're ready, you're going to release. Good. And we'll come down. Wibbling up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. I don't remember if we flowed first or planked first, but that's okay. We'll take this plank now. So from here, finding the plank on the left side. So maybe your left knee needs to come down, standing out, rolling over to that side, coming up. Maybe taking a lift. Good. Maybe you come here. Maybe you're here. Good. Maybe you're here. So try not to let the hips dip. That's a different exercise. Breathe. Make your abs work. Make that shoulder girdle work. Be strong. And when you're ready in the way that's best for you, find your downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knee, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, long spine, root engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain intention. All right. So while I'm on this side, I'm just going to go ahead and do it over here. I'm going to grab my other block though. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to flow to triangle. And then from triangle, we're going to come into a revolved half moon. So, and if you don't want to do the revolved half moon, a grounded warrior three will be where you stop your path there. But from here, good. Let's take our flow again. Remember, we're detoxing today. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll flow. Hold, hold, hold first. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. From here, planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip that flow. You can hang out with me in down dog if you like. Or flowing is optional. That vinyasa is always optional. Not always kind to people that have shoulder issues, so it's always okay to skip. Good. From here, when you're ready, my right leg's gonna lift 3 points. I'm gonna bend that knee. I'm gonna round. I'm gonna step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. I'm gonna warrior press that back foot, heel to arch. And when I'm ready, good. Maybe with a little bit more length, then we'll rise. Good. Now, once you come up here, you might find yourself in a warrior one, which is fine. Let's just go ahead and go with that. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. And let's just lengthen here for a moment. All right, from here, we're gonna take this into the triangle now. So you kind of choose, is this too wide? Is it not wide enough? Make that adjustment. I'm gonna take my right arm forward here. My right hip's gonna come back. So my hips are back forward. I'm zipping up. I'm strong into that back leg. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Remember, triangle is a twist. We twist from length. Take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor, opening up. Now again, you can find a little bit more by taking that hand on the inside here on a block or to the floor, the stacking of the shoulders. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, looking down at that front foot, hitting a bend in that front knee. I'm gonna kind of cartwheel down here. Good, and I'm gonna grab both of my blocks and I'm gonna swivel up the back foot. So if you don't have blocks or don't need or want blocks, you can also do this with hands onto the ground. But I'm gonna bring my blocks in here. Good, so I'm reaching those forward. Good, with a toe tap or two, good, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna find my warrior three. Now your blocks can be at any height. Check your form first. Hip, knees, and toes of that left leg are facing forward. Both hips and your left toes are facing down. I've got a long spine here. Good. So to take this twist, if you're going to take it, your left hand's going to be on the floor to a block, and I'm going to open towards my right. My hips don't really shift. Good. And taking that down. Good. Back foot's going to come up to meet the front and take a fold. Let the knees bend on the fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hand. Step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. Now from here, when you're ready, your left leg's gonna lift. Good. Left foot's gonna step forward. I'm just gonna change sides here. I forgot to. Good. So your left foot's gonna come forward. Good. Warrior prep that back foot. Good. Find your length. Good. And just come up here. You can lengthen that front leg if you need to. Let's find a nice little warrior one first. So front hip's gonna come back and we're zipping up. Your warrior prepped in the back. Good. Now, lengthening here. Notice if you need to make any changes. Do you need to be wider? Do you need to be shorter? Good. Finding the triangle. So left hip's gonna come back. Left arm's gonna reach forward. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. When you can lengthen no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor, inside or outside of that foot, and we're gonna open up here. Just finding your length. Breathe. When you're ready, looking down at that front foot, good. You'll come around, you'll kind of cradle it almost here. So with or without your blocks, remember hands can also be on the floor and forward. My blocks are gonna be forward. I'm gonna swivel up that back foot. Good. Bending that front knee, take a hop or a step or two, find it how you need it. Good, find your grounded warrior three first. So I'm pressing in, hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward. My hip and my right toes are pointing towards the floor. Good. And then you can choose staying here, or right hand is going to stay on the blocker to the floor. And I'm going to open to the left. And taking that down. Good. Back leg's going to come up to meet the front. And and come all the way up with bent knees. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. One more little flow here, a standing flow before we come down to the floor and stay down there. So whenever you're ready, going back to where we went in the first part of this class. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, bend the knees and come down. Inhale, exhale. You can do it faster if you're in good form, or keep it slower. And then coming all the way up. Big inhale, exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip the last flow here. And once you come to that last flow, drop those knees. Find a child's pose. Knees together as wide as your mat or somewhere in between. Now notice how this one feels compared to that very first one we did. It should feel a little bit better, a little bit less stiff, a little bit more easeful. Coming back to your intention, the color yellow. And when you're ready, good. We'll come up to a seat. Good. So as we come to a sit here, we're going to come into a basic seated twist. So just to kind of show you what I'm doing, and there's different variations of this that you can do based on your own body. So if you need to do crisscross applesauce, that's completely fine. But I've got my left leg here as a base, and I'm just kind of pulling my foot more towards that hip on the side. So my left hip is going towards my hip. My left foot is going towards my right hip. And my knee is in relative alignment with that left hip, but it doesn't have to. This foot can stay right here in front, or you can cross it over. There are some of you where maybe even those might not work out very well, and maybe you just need to do something more like this to get your twist. So find the position that your body needs. Good. I'm going to try to get both hips in here. Good. I'm sitting nice and tall, because remember, we're twisting from length. We're going to twist in both directions. So nice and tall. Good. I'm going to take my right hand behind me. I'm lifted because my right leg is on the top. And I'm going to rotate to the right. Breathe and expand. How deep you go depends on your own body, but you should never feel like you're cranking or crunching anywhere. Inhale. Exhale, we'll come back. Left hand comes back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find that twist in the other direction. And coming back. Good. Undo the legs. Take your legs wide. Hips, knees, and toes track towards the ceiling. Good. Coming into a long spine. Good. And we'll hinge and fold here. Breathe and expand. Just getting a little bit of a break out of there. What about I value myself and others? I value myself and others. And we're going to do that whole twisting now on the other side. So now your right leg is going to be on the base. Good. You can be right here. You can cross it over. You can do one of those other seated positions that I gave you for the other side. And then from here, finding that nice length. Good. Left hand's going to come back first. Length and twist. Again, careful about your twist. Never want to force anything to happen. Twisting can be good for the back, even with osteoporosis, as long as you're twisting from length. and you build up your twist. So you don't want to come into a really deep twist in the beginning. You want to kind of just build up to that. Good. And coming back to center, right hand comes back, finally, and we'll rotate. And release and come back one more time. Legs are going to come wide. Good. Hips, knees, and toes track towards the ceiling. Big inhale, exhale, lengthen, and taking that down. Good. Breathe and expand. So I value myself and others. What about I honor myself and my needs? I honor myself and my needs. So if you value yourself, then you also honor yourself and your needs. And we'll come back up from there. We're going to come to Navasana. We're going to do this a couple different ways. And I'm going to give you options here with or without the block. I'm just going to have those to the side. So this first one's going to be pretty basic. So different things for different people. Okay. Hands can come behind you if you need that. Just notice that you still want a long spine here. So don't let it be an excuse to kind of dip. You're going to zip up that front body from the pubic bone to behind the navel. Good. And maybe this is you. You could also be here or here. Okay. So practice there. You can also be here, here, here. You can let go. Be where you're going to be, long spine. So something I noticed, my left side is my stronger side. And even here, I have a tendency to kind of veer towards that left. Notice if your body wants to veer you towards your stronger side. And when you're ready, take that down, cross the ankle. You can come forward, coming here. Just kind of be careful with that. And when you're ready, good. We're going to come back. So option number 2, the blocks give you a little bit more toning in the inner thigh, but also a little bit more of a zip up in the core. And you don't have to use these, but I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to put this one right between my shins. Good. And then you can also use a block here. So the block also gives you just a little bit more toning, but you don't have to. You can also just press into the hands. So an easier version of this, with or without your block, good. You can keep the feet grounded and come back here and take your twists, okay? Or a little bit harder, find tabletop or long legs and take your twists. Spine is long. Exhale, 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 inhale, exhale, inhale with a smile, smile like the sun, and then we'll come back center. Remove those blocks. Take those legs forward, reaching up, lengthening, and folding. And breathe into that back body. And when you're ready, good. Now, I'm going to lengthen just a little bit here, kind of coming up, and before I go into my roll down. So if a roll down is not for you, you can just go ahead and come onto your back. We're done with the blocks, so you won't need any of those, but we will use the strap, so have it handy. So from here, good, I'm just going to start to round and try to control that as I roll back. Good. Once you come back here, choose a little movement that would feel good to you. Is it knees into the chest, rocking side to side? Is it feet onto the floor into a windshield wiper? Take the movement that feels good to your body. And for me right now, that's going to be windshield wiper. Good. I feel that all the way into that psoas muscle. Good. So from here on this first bridge, the only bridge actually, we're going to find a little bit of engagement here. So hip, knees, and toes are tracking. Make sure the feet are not too close or too far away. Rolling shoulders back, pressing arms and shoulders into that mat, pressing evenly into the feet. We're going to lift the hips straight up to the ceiling. Good. I've got my whole body engaged here. Belly button is in. Good. Right hip is going to dip. Coming back center. Left hip dip. And center. Left hip or right hip rather. And left. And right. And left. And right. And left. Both hips even. Really press into that floor. Feet and upper body. And take that down. Knees back into the chest. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Grab that strap. Let's take that strap in the center part of the right foot. Good. Okay. I'm just gonna come out to the side here. Good. So, my right hand is grabbing the strap. Good. My left leg can be bent or extended long, and my left arm can come behind me as well, if that's okay. So I'm lengthening that left side, and then you can choose to stay here or take that right leg out to the right. You want both hips to be grounded. You can wiggle around and find your optimal spot. Breathe and expand. Belly button is in here, protecting those SI joints in the low back. And coming back up. Good. Left hand's going to grab the strap. Good. Then we're going to arc this over. We're going to stay at 45 degrees here for a moment. Wiggle around. Find what you need. And coming back up. Bend that left knee. Cross that right leg, or right ankle rather, over that left knee. Good. We're going to find a figure four. So if this is your figure four, you can stay here. You can pull it in. Good. You can rock. You can bind. Find what feels good to your body in this moment. Toes are pointing towards your knees. And release. Taking this into a figure four twist. Arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale. Everything's going to drop over towards that left side. Trying to keep right shoulder grounded as you look to the right. Full spinal twist. Breathe and expand. I courageously shine my unique light. I courageously shine my unique light. We'll come back to center and undo. Good. Let's take that to the other side. So left foot's going to come into that strap now. Both straps into the left hand. Right leg can stay bent or you can take it long. Right arm coming behind you. Good. So I'm reaching and lengthening that right side. As I take that left leg out to the left, you can wiggle around and find your spot. Both hips stay grounded. And we'll come back up. Good. From here, switching hands. Good. Just find that little arc over. You can kind of wiggle around here to find your optimal spot. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. And bend the knee. Bend the right knee. Left ankle over that right knee. Find your figure four here. Good. Toes are going towards their knees. A little shaking there, so I'm really getting into somewhere. And when you're ready, taking that down. Last thing, last twist, figure four twist. Belly button is in as you let everything can go to the right, looking to the left, so you can get a full spinal twist in. And coming back to center. Good. And we'll take the legs back to center. Good. One more time. Give yourself a little hug. And then we will take this into your Shavasana. So you can bring anything in that you have that you want. You can let everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Be where you can be comfortable here for a few moments. And then once you get where you're going, could you make yourself about 10% more comfortable? And I will leave you here to sink in and returning to your intention. Last thing, I choose health, healing, and happiness. I choose health, healing, and happiness. And taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, and taking knees into the chest. Choosing to stay grounded or tucking the chin, lifting up, full body hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any during Shavasana today. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes, getting that full body stretch. Point and flex the feet and hands, swirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then the other. And then from here, when you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here, and when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we normally start our practice. Good. Finding a nice tall sit. Inhale and reach, looking up there, touching palms together. Exhale, stopping the thumbs right in front of the forehead for good and true thought. To the lips for good and kind word. And to the heart. Reconnecting with that intention one more time. Knowing you have an open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. You have a wonderful day, evening, week, season, month ahead. Thanks so much for practicing with me. Namaste.